It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. What if I did that every single time the show started? Welcome to the show. So long, farewell, but it's the other one. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday, October 22. Hello. Hello. And welcome to Movie Phone. It's your daily dose of Donna. I'm so happy you guys are here. I need a little kick in the pants. I need a little dose of happiness. Luckily, today I did not have any plumbing leaks. So we've already started on a good, you know, a good foot, a good foot. It's a Tuesday, which is always, one of those days which always feels like a little bit. How do you describe a Tuesday? It's just Tuesday. It's just like it's just Tuesday. Tuesdays they're just kind of like, eh. Is there anything great about a Tuesday? Really? Is there? There's nothing to me that, like, jumps out. If you have anything, just sound off in the comments, y'all. Let me know in the comments, what about Tuesdays really, do it for you. Today would be the moment for you to give us some, Tuesday needs a better PR person. Tuesdays and Tamra need better PR. I have a lot to talk about today. We've got a lot to chat about. We're going to talk about reality TV. We definitely have to touch on Diddy. We're not going to touch Diddy because gross, but we will touch on Diddy because some new developments have arrived. And I do think that they are interesting, and we will not get too deep and dark and gross with it, but we will talk about it. Some updates on some housewives and some vacations, etc. And I don't know, other stuff that will pop on over, I'm sure. We're going to have a good one today. I just have a feeling. I feel like we're just in that mood, but when are we not? Welcome. It is your daily dose of Donna.
Can you imagine? Not feel the magic. Can you imagine? Not feel the
If only you guys, I wish when I do my intro on the YouTube, you guys could actually see what I do during the intro. I need that intro song to pump me up. Like me and Arnold Schwarzenegger get pumped up to that intro song. So sometimes I snake it up today. I did a little bit of this. Sometimes I go like this. Sometimes I do the do you guys remember that? The close your nose and go under the pool. Ah, it's so fun. So good. So good. Yes, Debbie says we should call it Titty Tuesday for Donna's new sponsor. And you know what? While we're here, might as well just do a little quick shout out for my fave, Honey Love. Now, I got so many DMs from you guys about Honey Love yesterday. Legit, a lot of you guys were like, show me your bra. And I was like, whoa, I'm married. Okay. This ain't no Hinge account. I'm not showing you my bra. That's wild. Okay, here it is. Just kidding. I don't show my bra in my DMs, but I promise you when I tell you. I mean, should I bring it to you? Should I show it to you next to me? Like, that's weird too. I don't want this to get weird. I mean, the show is not weird, right? It's never weird. The best talking points of this ad are these, okay? I pick and choose what I want to talk about when it comes to these ads. And as you know, like we don't play games here. I like, if you think that when people are reading these ads that they're coming up with them just from their brains, then you're wrong. Okay. They give us talking points and then I bring my own spin on it. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you a couple talking points that I love to bring up. And let's talk about this one. I want to talk to you guys about how comfortable and supportive the bras are for all shapes and sizes of boobs. Okay. Do you have big boobs? Everyone put your boob size in the comments. Mark Ward, I'm asking you. Okay. I want to know. My personal boob size, I don't know if you guys want to know, but I'm a 34A. I am real small. I am big chested, small breasted. Yes, I've got a big rib cage. Okay. I'm not proud of it. I have looked into rib cage surgery. I remember reading a story when I was younger that Tori Spelling had ribs removed, and I truly looked into it because I've always had a very big insecurity about large ribs. True story. Broad. I am very broad. Small boobs, broad girl. Okay. But I've just learned to accept my body for who I am. And the truth is, with when you have a body like that, like I said, it does cut into some of those bras. Okay. But luckily, because support of today's episode and support on today's boobs comes from Honey Love, like I usually dread putting the bra on, and now I look forward to it. In true honesty, I wore a sweater and a nice, like, loose shirt this weekend, and usually I can't wear loose shirts without a bra under, and so I struggle. I always have to wear like a tight body suit or like a tank because I usually don't wear a bra. So I wore my bra and I loved it. I didn't have any marks afterwards. It wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't dying to take it off. I had a lift. I looked hot. Okay. I'm just going to guys, stop looking. Okay. I looked hot. Okay. Cody Brown, keep your eyes off of me. It's not my fault that you're attracted to me. It's not my fault. Honey Love has completely changed the bra game. The crossover bra is my favorite. It's sexy, it's supportive. I forget I'm even wearing it. No more adjusting or tugging. No more back bulge, any of that. They also have shapewear. I bought myself like a Skims type of situation, one of those, like what we're used to when you wear under a dress. So I'm going to put that on next time I wear a nice fancy dress. Honey Love is having a limited time sale. So go to honeylove.com/daily dose. That's honeylove.com/daily dose for 20% off. Support Daily Dose of Donna and treat yourself for the comfort you deserve. Honey Love isn't just supporting women, it's empowering us. NF wants to know if they're good for big boobs. Legit, go to their website. They have every single size. Every single size. Okay. Queen, you said I don't feel safe unless I have a sports bra on, but this honestly, it has support like a sports bra, truly. Pagelet says, I'm sorry, Billy says I hate bras. So do I. But this is a true good bra. In fact, the other day, I was going through all my old clothes, like, just trying to kind of pull things to donate. And I had so many bras from Victoria's Secret, like old school things that I never, ever would put back on. Never. Like I look at them and I might as well put them in a museum. They are so untouched. So I just got rid of all of them. Okay. I will definitely show you guys all. You know what? A lot of you guys are asking right now, so I might as well just show you happily. I'll just show you the style and then we'll go on with the show. So if you're here on YouTube, just so you can kind of see what it looks like. This is the crossover bra. It's amazing. This is the crossover bra. It's so cute, and it truly feels like it's a almost it has like a sports bra feel, but it doesn't in any way feel like a sports bra because it has a push up rather than a squeeze down. You know what I mean? So it's really great. It has that cup in it too. And as you see, they have all sizes. Here's real people. I don't need to show you me because here's real people. Like here's Alicia, right? You guys can see Alicia. You don't need to see me. Look at this. Look at this hottie. Look at Charisse. Okay. So everyone go on there. Daily Dose is the code. Okay. So let's move on and talk about the show or talk about a couple stories that we have today. Let's start with uh 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 uh, let's start with um Vanderpump Rules. Let's just go with it. Okay. Vanderpump Rules stories. So, a few things have happened. You know my prediction, and I've talked about this, I think, for months and months and months. And I am not scared to tell you guys how I truly feel. I'm going to get a little spicy today. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit like hot sauce tapatio with a side of Cholula and a little dash of sriracha. Okay. I hope we're ready for this. Are you ready? I believe that I've always liked Lala Kent. I do. I've always liked her. I actually didn't like her at the beginning of her run on the show. I didn't like her in the beginning, the first couple seasons when she came in, like feeling, miss all that when she was drinking. And then I found her to be a little bit more likable, the longer she was on the show, and especially through the whole breakup with Randall and everything. And as you guys saw, straight up, season 10 was like the highlight of Lala. She got really, really loved on the show because she went after Sandoval. And then, of course, season 11 was the world went against Lala. When I say the world, I mean the Bravo fandom. As you guys remember, if you were here and part of Daily Dose of Donna, you remember what kind of drama occurred in this world, in the Daily Dose of Donna world, because I was not 1000% like on the Ariana cult. And when I say that, I mean, and I truly believe this, and I'm not even scared to say this anymore because it's like there's bigger fish to fry. I've already announced out loud that I support Israel. So at this point, it's like, if I, at this point, you can't go bigger than that in terms of like going against the popularity world, the popular, going against the popular vote. But in I I like Ariana a lot. Ariana is nothing. She's not like in the wrong in any way. But I don't believe in this world where you're either obsessed with everything Ariana does or have to be 100% team Ariana or you're wrong. I don't like this kind of thinking. And this is the kind of thinking that I think gets a lot of people in trouble. This is the kind of thinking that gets a lot of, honestly, I don't know if this is around the world or just in America, but like this is the kind of thinking. It's this cult mentality, it's mob mentality. It's like, it's a very cancel culture type of mentality. And it's really bad. It's gotten so, so bad. And it's really, truly, it got it's bad in every world, like in every arena, right? Obviously, it's bad in politics, but it's bad in nothing more than like this reality world that we live in. We're seeing it so much with the Tamra, and we're seeing, and we can talk about the Tamra, like the new thing against her that happened last night. But it's what I don't like is that you're not allowed to have a different opinion than the popular opinion. And if you have a different opinion than the popular opinion, you're immediately labeled or like categorized as like a bad person, like an awful person. I have legit got, if you go on my podcast reviews, I've gotten 1-star reviews solely because I was not against Lala. Can you imagine? Like, that's scary thinking. It's one thing if you say you're a bad podcaster, fine, okay, then give a 1-star review. But it's different to say your opinion doesn't agree with mine, so for that reason, I'm going to give you a bad review. I just think it's dangerous thinking in the world, right? We should be able to disagree. And that's why these housewives shows and Bravo shows, reality shows, anything in the world survives is because of the discourse. I like it. I like discourse. I think it's kind of fun to be able to say, "Hey, like I like being a devil's advocate sometimes." Is that bad? Is that really bad of me? But anyway, okay. So a lot of you guys really disagreed with me. Even my love, like even my favorite people, my big, mm, bestie dosers, right? Like Wanda, for example, she says, I usually 99 out of 100 times agree with Donna, but not on Lala. So yes, I am okay with that. That's okay. Like that's fine. And I don't agree with everything Lala did. I think Lala went a little bit too much on this last season, but I was not I guess what happened for me was the fans ruined it for me, honestly. I don't think it was Ariana's fault. I don't put any blame whatsoever on Ariana, in this, by the way. This has nothing to do with Ariana because I really like Ariana. Like, this has nothing to do with her. I don't blame actually anyone. I kinda blame the fans because I think the fans created such uh, like a, um, I guess Ariana versus Lala situation, and I can think of a couple creators off the top of my head, I'm sure you guys can too, who specifically like created massive amounts of content around how horrible Lala was, that it turned the world against her in such a way that they're doing now with Tamra. And it I do believe that it does change it. It changes it. And then I start to feel bad for the person that's on the receiving end. And I start to say like, "Oh god, I don't wanna see the whole world against this one person, like, that can't be healthy." She's pregnant, remember? Lala was pregnant when this was all going down, and I was like, "I don't want this to happen," and I don't wanna see this girl getting, like, just severely abused and attacked, and this is her career, and this is her livelihood, and, this is a reality show, and we do want people to be honest, and we do want people to speak their mind, and now she's speaking her mind and being honest as whatever she believes, and we're vilifying her and killing her in the comments, and, like, it's not like she actually killed someone, she's just not on the same side as you. Like, if you actually zoom out and think about what really did Lala do, she just didn't support necessarily the person that you like. It's not like she actually did, like, committed a crime, right? Like, there's worse people out there in the world. We're watching shows and, like, hoping for the release of people who killed their parents, but then we're, like, trying to take down Lala's career. Like, it's just kinda weird if you think about it, right? If you zoom out. We have to, like, look at it like that a little bit. I have to take a sip of water, and for that one person who left me a comment that said, "It's disgusting that you drink on camera," I will do it for you, like, did myself. I muted myself. I'm back. I'm back. I'm on a new medication, and it's making me really thirsty. That new medication is called crack cocaine. Just kidding. It's not. I'm like, "It's not," just in case any of you guys are wondering. It's not. We're good. Okay. God forbid I hydrate when I talk straight for 70 minutes. So Mark is saying, in my opinion, the shows would be much better if casts were prohibited from having podcasts, commenting online, and interviews were restricted. 1000%, because what Lala did wrong, and this is where I think it went bad, is in the height of it all, and we were watching it all come out on TV, she was going on her podcast weekly, and she was going on other people's podcasts. I don't remember specifically whose or what. And she was doubling down, and she was spicy, and she was pregnant, and she was hormonal, and she was angry, and she was defensive. And she was feeling like all of that kind of anger out of, she was just feeling very defensive. And I'm not saying she was right or wrong. I'm just saying it did not help her case in any way. In fact, it dug her more in a hole. And so, had she just stayed quiet, like I hope Tamara does, I think like any PR person, any crisis PR manager would tell you, shut up, shut up, name the show, shut up, shut up, right? Like she shouldn't have kept talking. And it was tough because the show was airing and she felt the need to defend herself, and she shouldn't have. And so there was the problem. So, um, okay. Michelle and I are gonna get in a fight now. This was the biggest time I ever fought with Michelle. Like, this is the thing. This triggered people so much. She goes, "Stop excusing it. I had cancer and battled treatment and I didn't become a mouthy a-hole." Well, I think it's different because the reason why she did all of that, not because she was pregnant, I'm not saying that, but she was defensive because the world was coming at her. And like, I don't think you in that situation, I don't think you were in a position where, thousands, hundreds of thousands of comments were attacking you every day. I think it's a very, very tough um situation. I don't think it's very easy to kind of imagine what it's like when fans are attacking you online, you know, for your actions. Like, I'm not saying she's right, you guys. I am not saying she's right. I am saying Sex and the City, good job, Sarah. I am not saying she's right. I'm just saying it went too far. It went too far. She did wrong and then she doubled down. But that whole situation went too far and it made me feel bad for her. And I thought to myself, let her have this baby and let her stay quiet and hopefully the world turns around on her. Now, today, and I found this to be interesting. Ryan Bailey was on Jeff Lewis today as the co-host. I listen to Ryan Bailey every once in a while. I really like Ryan as a person, but Ryan is just like any of these other podcasters. And I seem to remember Ryan really not liking Lala through this entire experience. And I liked listening to this because she was like, "You went after me." She said on Jeff Lewis today. She goes, "You went after me and said a lot of not nice things about me." And he was like, "No, I said a lot of really nice things about you." And I thought to myself, this is the thing. Any single one of those Bravo accounts, any single one of them, including some of the meanest ones out there. And there were some mean accounts out there. Luckily, one of them blocked me because I talked so much, like, I was so angry about their content. Luckily, I don't have to see it anymore because it was toxic. If you know who I'm talking about, you know. I can't imagine them being presented a moment to sit in front of Lala face to face and not say, like, can you imagine they get in front of Lala and Lala's like, "Hey, so nice to meet you. I'm Lala." And they would be like, "You're a bitch. You're this and that." Like, Ryan was exactly what would happen if any of these people that go out there and yell and scream and attack and, go after these people. And then they get in a room with them and they're like, "No, I mean, I kind of understand where you were coming from, but I'm just curious about, and I also said some really nice things about you." At the end of the day, no one's going to say any of this stuff to their face the way that they're going to say it behind a screen with comments, you know, maybe under a fake name or maybe not under a fake name, but on Instagram. So I really do believe that the fans, in my opinion, ruined, I truly believe the fans ruined the possibility of this show ever coming back. And I don't want to blame the fans because what Lala said is it's two people's fault that the show won't come back if it doesn't, because it's Tom and when she said two people's fault, I was like, is she going to blame Ariana? And thank God she didn't. She said it's Tom and Raquel's fault. Thank God she said that. She says, I don't talk to Tom. Obviously, I don't talk to Raquel. She called Tom a narcissist. She says, I have no idea what's going on with Tom. She also says she has no conversation whatsoever, no communication whatsoever with Ariana, and she will not ever again. She was real strong about that. I don't think that Ariana and Lala were ever necessarily meant. I don't think they would ever have been friends again after last season. But the fans definitely dug that hole even deeper. Like, don't you guys agree? If you guys don't agree, tell me. I think that the fans really, really created such a divide on that show where it was Sheena and Lala against Katie and Ariana. And it was bad enough as it was, trust me. But it was all of the fan hate and the fan creations and the memes and the videos and the stories and the podcasts and this and this and that it really, really like separated these two camps. This is really interesting. Mark says, let's be truthful, however. The affair saved the show. It was on the brink of nothing. What else was there? Lala's water tasting? Oh, how compelling. So effing true. The beginning of season 10 was the most boring TV I have ever watched in my life. If you go back to the beginning of season 10 of Vanderpump Rules, and I remember this so well, I was driving down to Orange County one day. I was on the the 10 or whatever. And I remember I was listening to Jeff Lewis and he had Lala on the show. And this is the beginning of season 10. Scandival had not been announced, had not been discovered yet. So they were promoting season 10. And Jeff was like, I was bored last season of Vanderpump, and I'm kind of bored right now. And Lala's like, I know it will get better. And he's like, yeah, it's kind of like I don't really understand last season with all the new people and this and this and that. It was so boring. So it's so true. Tom and Raquel, I guess, ruined the show, but they actually made the show for what it was. Like Vanderpump Rules will go into the Smithsonian, right? Like Vanderpump Rules will always be, it will be a legendary reality show. It will be a show that people will write about in books. It will be a chapter on, the course of reality TV. It will always be a big part of reality TV history. So I guess you can thank Tom and Raquel for that. Um, and I like how the fans do get so invested. I really do. I think that it's kind of fun because like fans get so invested in sports. Sports fans are so obsessed with, Super Bowl and now we have the World Series coming up. Go Dodgers, by the way. So we have Yankees versus the Dodgers, and like people are so into that. And of course, Kansas City Chiefs fans, and then we have the Packers, and we have I don't know what all the other teams. And people take the Super Bowl so seriously that this is so fun for us, right? That we have these Bravo shows that we can obsess over, that we can create content over. But I love the fun content around it. I love laughing at them. I love nothing more than I love, there's an account, Bravo, I think it's called Bravo and Botox, and they compile the best tweets around these shows after they air, and I crack up. Like those are my favorite kinds of accounts. I love listening to, watch what crappens and laughing at these shows. I just don't like it when it gets mean. And I feel like sometimes it gets so mean out there where people literally like make it their lives journeys to freaking take some of these stars down. Like take them down, smash them into the ground, like pour some battery acid on them and make sure they'll never see the light of day again. And that I don't like. Does that make sense? That part I don't like. Unless you're Cody Brown. Like if you're Cody Brown, maybe you deserve it. If you've shown 13 seasons of being a narcissistic, patriarchal, misogynistic piece of shit, then okay. But other than that, let me see some of your comments. Queen says, I love the early seasons. It was probably the best show on Bravo because it was so authentic and relatable. The popcorn ceilings, it's so true. Those disgusting apartments. Like, just imagine what those apartments smelled like. Trina says, just a piggyback, Zaza with the Tom redemption arc and trying to have everyone forgive Tom for the shitty way he was and continue to be. Ariana didn't owe him anything. There was no Zaza? What does Zaza mean? Mm. So I don't think there will be another season. Ariana does not talk at all to Lala. She does not talk at all to the Toms, as she shouldn't. Why would she? She only talks to Katie. And I think she talks to James and Allie. But like James, I'm sorry. I've never been interested in Allie. So James, I guess. I'm also not really interested in James. No offense. I think James is fun, but like I don't really care what he's going through in his day-to-day. Lala has no conversations, no communication with probably any of them. I don't think she talks to, I don't know how her relationships are with James and Allie, but she doesn't talk to Ariana. She doesn't talk to Katie. She doesn't talk to the Toms. As far as I know, she doesn't talk to Tom Schwartz. She only talks to Sheena. Like it's a very divided group. There's absolutely no reason. Now, another article came out today, or yesterday, I should say, about salary. And it was on Daily Mail, and it said that there's salary disputes and seemingly unresolvable conflicts around various cast members. It said the upcoming 12th season could be its last. I don't even think we'll get there in its normal iteration, but it says due to salary disputes and seemingly unresolvable conflicts, sources tell Daily Mail that producers have even started auditioning fresh faces. to potentially replace the current cast if needed. They're negotiating with a few stars who are holding out for more money and are unwilling to compromise. Yeah, the only reason any of them should do the show is for a phenomenal amount of money, especially in Ariana. Ariana should not do it for any amount of money, honestly. Like, she really shouldn't do it for any amount of money. I do not want. I love this so much. Mark says, guess who will not be downloading Allie's music? Summer fun. What is it, like summer girls' night? I have no interest. Sorry, no offense. Like, she's so sweet, Allie, but like paint dry, right? It's just like, it's so vanilla. It's not a reality star for me. Obviously they don't get along. The money is going to be so expensive. We've talked about that before. And it just doesn't make any sense that they're going to actually happen. It's going to actually happen. So either give us a show with new people and make it a Southern hospitality type of show, or let's move on. Let's move on. Like, there's other restaurants to be showing. I can think of a few right now that have a great staff that we can do a show around. So you guys, it's so good. I don't think it's going to happen. I can't imagine. And if it does, how fake will it be? Like, I do not want to see all these people together. And like Brock being like, "Hey guys, let's put on high heels. Let's put on high heels and like go to a party." And they're like, "But Brock, there's no party." He's like, "But okay, but then let's put on high heels." Does Brock still wear high heels? Is he still rocking those heels? Still don't really understand. Don't really understand those heels, Brock. Still haven't really wrapped my. Is it an Australian thing? Ali Bali. Let's move on. Bravo's got so many things up its like tail or up its sleeve right now. I don't think they need Vanderpump Rules whatsoever. Um, okay. Speaking of, let's just stick in the little Bravo world. Did you guys see Kyle Richards is on safari with none other than her primo, lioness, Morgan Wade. But we wouldn't know because she's not tagging her anywhere. She's not posting her. She's not tagging her. But thanks to our resident Morgan Wade, Kyle Richards sleuth, Face Reality 16, she was spotted just like a safari. Just on safari, Morgan Wade was spotted through the camouflage in the corner of a picture in a reflection of a mirror that Kyle Richards posted on her story. Let me ask you a question about this. What and why? So I understand if Morgan Wade was a private person. If Morgan Wade was someone that was like, a teacher, or an author that like, I'm trying to think who doesn't want to be a public personality, like a stay-at-home mom, a teacher, an accountant, someone that didn't want fame or success that needed like a public facing job. Then of course you wouldn't want to be tagged in any of these things. I'm sorry. Morgan Wade is a performer. She's a singer. And usually, I don't know about you, but from what I know, like performers and singers and entertainers are public figures. Like, I don't know. I have yet to meet a performer who wants to sell albums and tickets who wants to be private, like completely private. She's, I guess not. I guess we can't say dating, right? I guess she's just hanging out. She's hanging out with a housewife, a Beverly Hills housewife who has 4 million followers on Instagram. She travels to Africa with her. And then she goes to, oh my God, I was just going to pull up her Instagram stories. And then she goes to a safari with her, and she's not tagged on anything. But who is tagged that Kyle tags is her tour manager or her manager. something Mary. Okay. So Kyle is tagging someone, but she's not tagging Morgan. What is happening there? If you're hanging out with Morgan Wade and you're hanging out with Morgan and Morgan's manager, so someone that you met through Morgan Wade, and then you go out of your way to only tag the manager, why? That's even weirder. Like if you're trying to get us to say you're wanting this conversation. You're begging for Daily Dose of Donna to have a segment dedicated to are they or aren't they? Because if you just tagged her, then it would be like I'm hanging out with my friends in a safari. But not tagging her and not posting her is making us all say, why are they hiding? It's so annoying to me, right? It really, like, this is what I don't get. Now let's look at her stories together. It's so annoying. Let's watch it together. So this is, let's see if she tagged her since everyone started talking about it. So this is yesterday. She posted it 16 hours ago. This is Young Mary Records. That's the manager. So she's in the front seat, and this is the girl in the back seat. Notice that when she posts it, Morgan's right there. She specifically does not keep her in the clip. Okay. But as it's going along, in that mirror here, right in that middle, that reflection, you can see, and Face Reality 16 found this, that Morgan is in the reflection as it zooms in. And it's really hard to see. Like you have to screenshot it and then zoom in. So Morgan's face is right there in the reflection. So we know Morgan's there. Morgan is also here. Okay. Morgan is taking the picture of Mary and Kyle. Kyle, again, not tagging Morgan at all. Again, Morgan's not tagged anywhere. Anyone find that weird? Why? Why are you messing with us? Now, I want to go on a safari. So I'm all about like I'll go with Morgan. If that means if it means I won't tag her, then I'll take Morgan. Like I think it's really cool. But is Morgan in on this? Does Morgan say don't tag me? I don't want to be tagged. I'm sick of this. That's weird, right? Why would she even be it's so half in, half out. I don't know. This is 2 years almost of this. At least a year and a half, right? Should we or should we not? At what point do we say, are you ashamed of this relationship? Are we do we like, I don't know. It's like, how stupid do you think your audience is? That's what it always makes me feel with Kyle. How stupid do you think your audience is? How much more can you lie to your audience and then just get awarded for it from People Magazine as Best Reality Star? It drives me nuts. And if we see another freaking season of this where she is with Morgan Wade, because we know that they're still hanging out, it's now been so many years. I don't see her on a safari with Teddy Mellencamp, just saying. If we see her hanging out with Morgan on the show and she doesn't come out on the show, do you think she's going to come out this season? Let's do a poll. Will she come out on the season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Yes or no? Quickly. I want all the answers right now. This is your moment to get really high engagement on the live chat. Let's go. No. 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 Yes. No. Nope. No. 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 I don't even care. No. My favorite is I don't even care. Oh, Trisha, that's so mean. Who would go with Teddy? That's so mean. No, 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 no. Okay. I want one of you guys to say yes. All right. Well, meanwhile, in other news of housewives that want to you know, pull our hair out, Caroline Manzo, she's no longer, I want to cut her out of the housewife community, right? Like, can we excommunicate a housewife? Do we even still call Bethany a housewife, or is Bethany excommunicated? No, seriously, I want to know. Like, you know how once if you're a former president, you're always called like former president until the day you die, or even after you die. It's like former President Bush, former President Carter, former President whatever, Reagan or Nixon or whatever. Are we always housewives no matter how bad we are? Like is Leah McSweeney still known as a housewife? Do we still call her housewife? Former excommunicated from the housewife church, Caroline Manzo, has gotten shitty housewife of the year for various reasons. Number one, of course, the girls trip story, right? Where she went after Brandy and then sued Bravo and then, of essentially ruined Brandy's life because it set off that chain reaction. I'm not sure if it really did, but I do think it didn't help. It guaranteed that we'll never see that season of Girls Trip, which I'm pissed about. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. It's disgusting. Okay, I'm pissed. And now Caroline Manzo not only wrote a letter to help lessen the sentence on her husband's brother, Tommy Manzo's sentencing. This is Tommy Manzo that hired a hitman to attack her sister's current husband. Remember? What a tangled web we weave, right? Like this is Venn diagram shit. If you don't remember, go back to last week. It was a very, very it's a very confusing story, but she lost all credibility with me when we found out that she wrote that letter, and allegedly Dolores did too. But then it's come out that she threw a freaking party at the Brownstone Mansion before Tommy Manzo went to jail. The Manzos, that's not only Caroline, that's Caroline and her husband, Albert, threw a going away dinner at the Brownstone, and they charged $10,000 a table to pay off his legal fees. So not only did they, mourn him going away to jail, which is understandable. Like if a loved one of yours has to go to jail and you're sad about it, and that that makes sense, and I can kind of understand that. But you're gonna throw a party where you're gonna charge people $10,000 a table, and you're going to ask people to pay for his legal fees. This is how you look at this man. You look at this man as the victim. This poor man. All he did was just hire a hitman to attack, my sister's husband because he's jealous. Okay, Ray. Bye-bye. You know who. So it's not cool. It's not cool. Caroline Manzo, like I would be so disappointed in my parents if I were her kids. I just don't understand it. Like, how could you say this is your sister? I understand it's dad's brother, but you also have to say, like, there's right from wrong. And you're setting up a really bad precedence to say dad's brother hired a hitman to attack da 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 da. And we're like telling him, oh, poor guy. He's not a bad guy. He's okay. He's not a bad guy. Ew. Like, what kind of an example are you setting for your family? Six thieves. Not good. Not feeling it. Not feeling it. Okay, let's move on. Yeah. I'm going to try to keep things as positive as possible, but we do need to talk about some new developments in the Diddy case, only because I found some of this stuff to be pretty, well, of course it's disturbing, as you guys know. Now, yesterday I told you I was not going to be talking about this case with the 13-year-old girl, and I still won't be. I just will say there are so many developments of underage underage victims of Diddy that I don't want to even go into, but they're so devastating. They're so tragic. They're so horrible that it makes your skin crawl. This man is a disgusting, predatorial, awful, the sickest of the sick. If even an iota of the stories are true, like you don't even need 5% of the victim stories to be true. You only need 1% of the victim stories to be true for all of them for him to stay in jail forever. Like there's so many stories now. I mean, when I do this, I look like a bat, right? Do I look like a bat? There's so many stories right now that are against him that are so bad. Number one, there's absolutely no way that not some of them are true, right? Even if not all of them are true, some are true. And then number two, we haven't even heard all of them yet. Now, what concerns me is all the people that we're hearing are involved. Like, for example, in that 13-year-old case, there's mention of another female celebrity that was around during the time. Who? Who is that person? Oh my God. Cindy goes ADHD because I was like, oh, Diddy's the worst. Do I look like a bat? It's so awful. It's just awful. This news story that came out, I believe yesterday or the day before, or I mean, yesterday or today, is about this personal trainer. This is like, did you guys hear about this? This is just recently, up until this was in July of 2022. A personal trainer says Diddy passed him around like a party favor for other celebs to sexually abuse. What? A personal trainer, a plaintiff, he's also known as John Doe, details how Combs and others allegedly drugged and repeatedly SA'd him at an award show after party in the music mogul's LA mansion on June 27th, 2022. 2 years ago. Like so recently. This is not old shit. Well, in and out of consciousness, individuals at the party forced the plaintiff into these acts with both men and women, the lawyer Tony Busby says. This is that lawyer that, from Texas that said he had over 120 cases. It said his physical disposition made it impossible for him to reject their advances or otherwise control his body. And they basically drugged him. They passed his drugged body around like a party favor for their enjoyment. It's just awful. Of course, he denies his these allegations. Um, this is on top of course, all these other allegations. There's so many more. Um, It says the personal trainer who lives in California says he was introduced to Combs through a fashion designer client who said she had shown the rapper his workout videos. He was impressed by the training regime and wanted to meet the trainer in person. He eventually invited the trainer to an exclusive award show after party at his Hollywood Hills home, a move, the one that was rated, obviously, a move he hoped would help him mingle with the stars and advance his career. So, of course, a personal trainer gets invited to Diddy's home for, you know, after an award show, you're going to want to go. You want to get hired by all these celebrities. Anyone would want to go. He had just won the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2022 the BET Awards that night. So this was Combs' night to be like the rock star of the world. Everyone was like, you are, you are like the world. You are the everything right then. And he uh so he was the man of the night. He was thanking God all night. People were just like obsessed over him. He was just like he was God, basically. The plaintiff recalls being picked up in a private car, a black Lincoln Navigator, on the night of the party. He says he was asked to sign an NDA on condition of entry. Wanting to meet Combs and to promote his business among the celebrity guests inside, the personal trainer agreed. He was not provided with a copy of the NDA. He was handed a tequila soda with a cranberry juice mixer, instructed to drink it for access to the party. If you are ever asked to drink something to enter a party, It's a bad sign. Sign an NDA and drink this drink. This is some Willy Wonka shit. You guys, that's wild that they said to this man, sign this NDA and drink this drink. Then a business associate of Combs guided him from a large room illuminated with red lights into a smaller room. There he observed approximately a dozen individuals, including several well-known figures who were engaging in group sex activities. This guy just wants to go to a party, and he walks into an orgy. Once inside the smaller room, he began to feel disoriented, dizzy, and weak, far beyond what he would expect from consuming a single alcoholic beverage. It became clear to him that something was wrong. He later realized someone had drugged him. At the moment of realizing his significant impairment, Combs approached plaintiff, removed his pants, and began performing non-consensual onto him, and then instructed him to do the same to someone else. And it was celebrities. And he said he couldn't kind of like control his body, and he began to pass out. And he was kind of forced to do things with men and women. He was kind of like losing consciousness, doesn't really remember much. He said his next memory is finding himself outside of his apartment, disoriented, without a shirt, and without his phone. He does not know how he got there. As a direct result of the traumatic events at Combs' party, he has suffered severe emotional and psychological trauma, financial harm, and a significant loss of livelihood. He is seeking compensation for all physical injuries, emotional distress, psychological harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain and suffering, etc., etc. The lawsuit also provides a photograph of a container allegedly used by Combs or his agents to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks. Okay. This is one of many stories. Many, many, many stories. Now we're going to talk about something that's been going around. This is a little bit of a conspiracy theory, or a little bit, no, I wouldn't even say it's a conspiracy theory. I would say it's a little bit more of just like, from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, it's a little bit of a true story that Jamie Foxx is now talking in a special about the fact that he believes his medical emergency that he just recently experienced, where he went into the hospital for this kind of undisclosed, no one really understands why, is because of Diddy. So it was first reported, hold on, let me show you guys. It says in Jamie Foxx's upcoming Netflix comedy special, so it's going to be on Netflix. It says what had really happened was, that's the name of the special. I don't know when this is released. It says the actor makes a startling claim that Sean Diddy Combs was behind the stroke he suffered a year ago. We all thought, but did Jamie Foxx just confirm? Fox, who is in the middle of filming the special across LA venues, goes into detail about what transpired before, during, and after his health scare. In a particularly shocking moment, Fox reportedly tells the audience, Diddy was responsible for my stroke. According to the report, Fox alleges that he was drugged by the former bad boy music mogul. While this may sound like part of the comedy, Fox's delivery quickly changed the room's energy. Initially, when he made the comment, fans began to laugh, assuming it was just another joke. However, Fox paused and gave a serious look to one fan in particular, making it clear he wasn't kidding. Fox and Diddy were once close friends, known for their extravagant parties in Los Angeles, but their friendship allegedly soured over a failed business deal. The two haven't been seen together in recent years, and according to the report, they are no longer friends. In the special, Fox did not get into the specifics of how or why Diddy allegedly poisoned him, but his brief statement left the audience both shocked and confused. The special, which promises to deliver a mix of humor and serious revelations, will be available on Netflix next month. Crazy. Crazy. Now, a lot of you guys are also messaging me about, and even here in the comments, about the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO. So, if you guys have seen, there is all over the news today that the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, his name is, well, he's the former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, Mike Jeffries, and two others were arrested today, Tuesday, as a part of a criminal sex trafficking investigation, according to ABC News. And there's going to be a press conference held today, or maybe there was already a press conference. Let's see if any new news has come out about that. I will say, when it comes to this, like a lot of people are saying, do you think it was related? I don't know enough about the relations between, you know, Diddy and the Abercrombie and Fitch guys. I just know that there is an absolute circle of really, really, really dangerous and scary people, CEOs, executives out there, clearly. Um, and they're out there, right? So I don't want to like talk about it without knowing all the details. I think that, when Cat Williams said this is going to be the year that everyone's going to come out and like get caught, I think he's not joking. It's like it's for real, no joke, a major major year of things coming out. Like people are finding stuff out. And if ABC News and all the FBI and the feds like know about this sex trafficking ring, like who are they going to release and who are they going to release and who are they going to release? Um oh wow. Ray says Ashton Kutcher was an Abercrombie and Fitch model, just to link it. You know what I think about Ashton. You know what I think about Ashton. Abercrombie and Fitch was a weird ass company. Yes, there was a documentary about Abercrombie and Fitch a while ago. There is the documentary, like Abercrombie and Fitch was so weird. Remember when you'd walk in, there was like a half naked guy just like standing in the front? Let's see what we have about it now. Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't want to shop. It's like they're giving me like jeans to buy. Can you imagine? Okay. Former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO charged with sex trafficking over a dozen victims. Jeffries, his partner Matt Smith, and a third man. I don't know if is it his partner, like his like married partner or his business partner. I think it's probably his like married partner, right? Jeffries, his partner Matt Smith, and a third man, Jim Jacobson, are accused of operating an international sex trafficking and prostitution business that recruited young men for parties in the US and abroad, according to a 16-count indictment. The former retail executive and Smith relied on their vast financial resources, Jeffrey's power as the CEO of Abercrombie, and numerous people, including Jacobson and a network of employees, contractors, and security professionals, to run a business that was dedicated to, I want to vomit over these disgusting people, that was dedicated to fulfilling their sexual desires and ensuring that international sex trafficking and prostitution business was kept secret. I'm sorry. Have you seen a picture of this douchebag's face? His face makes me want to. Allegedly, they traveled through the United States and internationally to recruit and interview men for the so called sex events. During tryouts, they required that the candidates first engage in acts with them. Many of the men were coerced and told basically that you have to do it or else you're not going to get opportunities to model or work with them, or I mean, it goes on and on and on. Yes, Jeffries, who was the chairman and CEO of Abercrombie from 92 to 2014, has been accused in civil lawsuits of exploiting young men for sex at parties he hosted at Hampton's estate in New York, London, and Venice, and elsewhere with his partner Smith. One of the plaintiffs, okay, this is a Bravo. This is a Bravo connection. One of the plaintiffs, David Bradbury, a former crewman on the reality series Below Deck, said Jeffries made Abercrombie successful by the over sexualization of young men. His lawsuit accused Jeffries, Smith, Jacobson, and Abercrombie itself of luring attractive young men under the guise of making them an Abercrombie model and then forcing them to take drugs and perform sex acts. Do we know who David Bradbury is from Below Deck? I don't even know who that is. You guys, people are so sick. Oh. Okay. I need to know more. We'll get more information as it goes on. Um, how do we like end this on a positive note? I don't want to end it like that. I feel like we've got to find we've got to find a real fun story. I'm gonna find a fun story for us really fast. It's gonna be a good one, okay? Let's talk about um let's talk about is there any fun stories in the world right now? Um, hmm. Oh, I have, yeah, this is a good Patreon deep dive for sure, for sure, for sure. Oh, David was in the early seasons. He has a gay only fans account. Okay, I don't remember him at all. I will tell you what I am, I'm watching season 8 of Real Housewives of New York. And let me tell you, if you ever want to go through an amazing deep dive, go back to season 7, season 8 of Real Houses of New York. And when they go to the manor, when they go to um the Berkshires with Dorinda, and this is the scene. This is the scene when Luann is just feeling so good because she's just met Tom. And Ramona has just dated Tom. Remember, she just went on 7 dates with Tom, but it didn't work out. And then Luann's like, I'm just so happy with Tom. And Bethany just cut her hair to look just like Luann, but she comes in so rageful. She's so mad at Luann because Luann makes a joke. She's like, yeah, I came up with Skinny Margarita with you. And Bethany's like, you're a whore. You're a whore. You sleep with all of New York. You sleep with everyone and you just don't want to admit it. And she just goes on and on and on and on and on about how whorish she is. And then Dorinda is like, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I made it nice. I made it nice. Get out, get out. And then you just see the housekeeper sitting in the corner, like by the alcohol. She's just standing in the corner, like, oh no. That housekeeper of the Berkshire. If only we could get a memoir from the housekeeper at Dorinda's manor. I would like to know what she has seen. I made it nice. And the reason that Dorinda, after everything that happened that season, the reason why Dorinda finally loses her shit is because Luann makes a joke that there's a birthday cake that says happy birthday Dorinda, that Dorinda's mom got for her from like Ralph's, like from the local grocery store. And she's like, it's not even your birthday, Dorinda. And that sends Joe, make fun of my cake. That's a sacred cake. I made it nuts. Just go. Get out of here. Does anyone want to drink? And 2 minutes later, they're playing Twister and drinking. It is the most amazing 2 seasons. Seasons 7 and 8 are phenomenal. Chef's kiss. You can't get better. You can't get better. Bethany is angry, depressed, rageful. This is before TikTok existed. She didn't have any outlet for all of her talking. So poor Luann. Luann got all of it. I mean, the way she tore Luann up, and you could feel it with Bethany because she goes after Luann. You're a slut. You're a slut. No one wants to tell it, but you're a whore. You're a whore. And then she goes upstairs and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And then 5 minutes later, she's hysterically laughing. And then 2 minutes later, she's crying. Bethany takes you on a wild ride through this episode. It is insane. Yes, this is the same season that she goes after Sonia. She's like, you're disgusting. I don't want anything to do with you. I can't believe you stole from me. I can't. And Sonia's like, I looked up to you. I just wanted to be like you, Bethany. And then the next episode, Sonia's like, well, I didn't get invited to the Berkshires, so I guess I'll get a vaginal rejuvenation. You cannot get a better season. Okay. Must watch when you are depressed. Another thing I rewatched last night, or I've been rewatching, and only because my YouTube TV just popped it up, is season 9 of Shahs of Sunset. Culture shock. I used to date people like Mike Shoehead. Paulina, they're filming us. Paulina, She's so drunk. Paulina, Paulina, I did not text this woman. Paulina, stop. I mean, this is nothing does it like old Bravo. Okay, you guys, did we end on a high note? I hope we did. I hope we did. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk. Let's talk tomorrow. Just never want to end on Diddy. You know what I mean? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.